Yo, what's up? It's your boy Deke. I'm talking KD. No, not KD. I'm talking Kyrie versus Russell Westbrook and who the better player is, who I would take. Now, this came from a TikTok video I did. Someone in the comments said I'm taking Russ over Kyrie, even though I wasn't even talking about Russ and Kyrie. I thought it was an interesting topic. I thought it was a fun debate because I got it in the comments. I know other people got it in the comments, so why not talk about it on YouTube? Really comes down to who do you want with the ball late in the game. Kyrie has proven that he can close out a game for you. He can come up clutch. He can make the right decisions. Whereas I think most of us are saying, when are we going to see it from Westbrook? You look at 2016, I think it's a good example for both sides. They're both number twos in their situation. Kyrie to LeBron, Russ Westbrook to KD. They're playing the same exact team. It's the so-called best team of all time, the Golden State Warriors. Cavs are playing them in the finals. The Thunder are playing them in the Western Conference Finals. Cavs are down 1-3. The Thunder up 3-1. They play 3 games after that, and here's what happened. Kyrie ends up going in Game 5, dropping 41 points. He shoots over 70% from the field, over 70% from 3. And then we all know the Game 7 game-winning shot over Steph Curry in his eye. Completely, it was a Kobe, it was an MJ moment, it's whatever you want to call it. It's completely clutch. Whereas with Westbrook in those last 3 games to close out the series, which they lost every one of those games, he ends up shooting 33%, 37%, and 39%, all over 20 shots in each of those games. So crazy inefficient. I've seen it with Kyrie, and you could point to that shot that he had over Steph Curry. Is Russ Westbrook hitting that shot? Do you have confidence in him taking that shot? Do you want him taking that shot? The answer is no. You want Kyrie in that situation. We've seen him do it, and we're still waiting from Russell Westbrook. The narrative was always up to that point with him. Is he able to come up clutch? Is he able to help win a game for the Thunder as opposed to screwing them late in games? And I still just haven't seen it yet, because now you have him as a number one. He was one and done in all these series in the playoffs. He obviously had the MVP. He obviously had all those triple doubles in the season, but are those just empty stats? Because I haven't seen it result in any big winning. Now, let's go back a little bit. Obviously, I just mentioned I'm taking Kyrie over Russ Westbrook in a late game situation to close out the game. Just in general, I want him on my team when I feel like it matters. So, and that's as them as number twos. Now, we haven't even talked about them as number ones, because mainly just in general, I think both of these players are number twos. They're in their best situation as number twos on a championship contender. It's not optimal for them to be number ones, but there has been seasons where they have been number one. Kyrie, early in his career, he was on a really bad team. So I'm not even going to talk about those seasons, because when Westbrook came into the league, he had KD, he had Harden. So I'm not even going to get into it like that. But we did have Kyrie with the Celtics, and we did have Russ with the Thunder these past 3 seasons. Now, with Russ, no, hold on. I'm going to say this now. Now, with this whole number one debate, it's obviously not optimal. I do feel like there's still more potential with Kyrie as a number one. I don't think we're really going to see that on either side here going forward. They both had short stints as number ones, and I think it's pretty clear that we're not going to see him as number one again unless the whole Kyrie and KD situation doesn't work out, or the Russ, James Harden. But they will be later in their career, so I don't know if it'll necessarily be the same. So with Russ, we've seen, like I mentioned, all the regular season accolades, but then one and dones in the playoffs, was not able to get it done. With Kyrie, at least, I still think in the back of my mind there's potential there. Now, hear me out. Obviously, this last season was a disaster. I don't really want to get into it. The Bucks series was terrible. He did make it out of the first round. At the same time, the East is a lot weaker than the West, so I'm not going to hang my hat on him making it out of one round in the East over Westbrook not making it out of one round at all. Those 2018 Celtics, I think if Kyrie was on that team in the playoffs, that they would have been able to beat LeBron in that Game 7, or at least I would have felt good about it. And this goes back to the whole discussion at the beginning. I'm not feeling good about having Russell Westbrook in that scenario, a game 7, and saying, "Man, I think he can close this game out and be like Kobe and be like MJ." I think Kyrie has that ability. I just don't see it with Westbrook. We haven't seen it at all. Him as a number 1, him as a number 2. At least we've seen it with Kyrie as a number 2. As a number 1, he's been injured. There's been a lot of team chemistry issues, and the whole injury thing is a debate that you could have too that would play in favor of Westbrook. But my point is, with the whole injuries thing, you obviously don't have Kyrie for the amount of time that you want him in there. Whereas Westbrook, he's basically been an Iron Man outside. I think it was one season he's missed extended time. So he's going to be always there for your team, putting in the work, giving complete effort. My thing is, I would rather just have the guy when he's out there. I know I have a shot and I feel good about it. I know I could count on him late in games and to pull out a winner go home game. Whereas with Westbrook, you get all the stats, you get all the MVPs, you get the triple doubles. I just consider that a tease. I consider that almost false hope. What good is it whenever the playoffs come around and you're in a game 5, you're in a game 6, and if you lose this game, you go home? That I don't think he's gonna get it done. I don't know if we can count on him. What's the point in that? I would rather just have the dude whenever he's out there. That's my guy. I know he can do it, and I feel good about it. So that's why I'm taking Kyrie over Russ. They obviously are both great players, but at the end of the day, I'm taking Kyrie. I need the dude that's gonna make me a shot. I need the dude that's gonna close out a game for me. I don't know if we've seen it with Westbrook. I don't know if we will. Hopefully, he proves me wrong because I think he's a good dude. He works hard. He's all about all the right things. But until you prove otherwise, I'm taking Kyrie.